Hi there, this is Fabi. This is going to be a special video because it's going to be for my About Me section on my website. And the reason I'm creating a video is because I wanted to be able to express myself freely. And I wanted to be able to connect with people so that those who may be guided to me because I can help them overcome whatever situation it is that they're going through, or find answers and enlightenment and guidance, then you could resonate with my personality. But I found myself typing and getting lost in my words and expressing myself in words, and when I realized it was too long, and so I kept getting advice to change it and to cutting it off and making it shorter and making it in a more compact way, because people need to have their attention grabbed like this and they don't really like to read that much. So I found myself having a difficult time accepting the advice they were giving me and still feeling satisfied with the fact that my personality was coming across. So I thought, hey, let's create a video, because at least then they can hear it, even if they're, doing whatever else, they can hear it, they can get my personality across, see if there's a connection, and it's just a creative way of, expressing myself without feeling like I contained what I needed to say and what I wanted to express and come across and share with you all. So this is why I'm recording this. And you know what? My website template, again, is a template, so it's really narrow and I can't readjust it because it's a template. Therefore, everything I write, it could be shorter if it was wider, but because it's so narrow, everything is super long. So it's temporary. I plan to have a custom-made website for me in the near future. It's just this is something I needed to make so that I could have myself out there, because I had people ask me, do you have a website? Do you have, this, you have that? And since it all just unfolded rather fast, divinely guidance and fast, it needed to be done temporarily, at least just to get me through a few months ahead. So that's the reason. But which brings me to the point, everything is changing rather fast. And if I was going to ask myself 5 years ago, what was I going to be doing 5 years in the future, I wouldn't have said I would be doing a spiritual-based service, because spirituality to me, it's a very personal thing, and I have never liked pushing my beliefs on anyone, and I have never liked anybody trying to push their beliefs on me. So to me, it was just more like a personal experience, and I didn't really want to meddle in that sense with people's lives. But I know that my purpose is to help people with different sections of their lives, different components of a holistic, balanced life, and that includes sharing and relating to people about my experiences with paranormal and highly sensitive being. Okay? So although it's not something that I would have seen myself doing, I know that it is exactly what I should be doing, and I no longer see myself doing anything else, because now that I'm completely have surrendered and I have just utterly faith that I'm being divinely guided, and the and seeing and receiving the confirmations from other people that I have interacted with and the messages that have come for them, it's just a reassurance that I need to be doing this, because nothing else will be satisfying enough for me, because I know what my purpose is. It would just be a lie if I went and, decided to do something else for the heck of it. So, let's see. So you can get to know me, as I mentioned in the other videos, and if you get to see the other videos, they're all very random, and they're all very, you definitely get to see my personality, and how I was expressing myself, or how confused I was. Again, I started the videos about a month ago at the most, but I was expressing myself in each exactly how it was my emotions for that particular topic. So I'm not lost, and I'm not confused, and I'm not overwhelmed at this point in this present, but I needed to express that in the video so that people could relate to what I did feel when I was going through all this growing up. So I think it's important for you to know that, because for my entire life, I have been aware of these gifts. And again, I quote them because everybody has the capability of figuring out their own gifts and making their own connections to their guardian angels and their spirit guides, and talking to the archangels and receiving messages from the archangels and the source and everything in the universe. So to me, it's not like a gift in which it's only mine and mine to keep. No, because everybody has their own. So that's why I quote a lot. But when I was younger and I was dealing with all this, I wasn't dealing with it in the best scenarios. And what I mean by this is, I was so overwhelmed that I found myself going through the process of life and my experiences of different relationships with people and different obstacles that I had to overcome on my own path, feeling so overwhelmed and so confused, because again, I was highly sensitive, more than your average, or not average, but if you're not aware of all this, then I like to say that you're asleep. Okay? So I really didn't feel like I could connect with anyone, and it was very hard to juggle everything and live a normal life dealing with all this. So to me, in the past, all this was a burden in a way. I mean, not all of them. For example, the vivid dreams messages, I always enjoyed that. I took a lot of interest in my inner knowledge. I always knew things that weren't influenced. I wasn't influenced by, or was taught I'd liked. I was interested in figuring, where did that come from? And more in the sense because when I met people, I could always feel, and I could have an inner guidance of whether I could trust them or not. And so that was always a good experience for me, because it helped me know where people were in their lives and whether I could feel comfortable and trust them. And rarely ever, the only times that I didn't follow through with this was when I fell in love. And of course, that quote that says love is blind, right? Yeah, it even applies even when you're highly sensitive. So, you know, to me, all this was a burden. It was just something I had to deal with. And that's the difference from then and from now, where now I know that I have a purpose, and there's a reason why I have reincarnated many, many times in cultures and scenarios and lives where they taught my soul an arrangement of lessons, from, being a serpent to being an Inca warrior. Or recently I just found out too that one of my reincarnations, I was Bastet, the Egyptian cat goddess. And so, that was fun. That was pretty interesting because there's different puzzle pieces that finally made sense when I realized this reincarnation. But I have had other reincarnations and an assortment of them. And so I know that every single reincarnation I have had has helped me grow, or helped my soul grow, so that where I am right now, there is the purpose, so that I have all the knowledge behind it and all the awareness behind. Therefore, it's not by accident. It's not a burden that I have to deal with. It is a divine gift with a purpose, so that I can help others out there. See, it only took me about 26 and a half years to realize that. So, but that's the beauty of life. You learn different perspectives as you become more conscious of how aware you are. So, I no longer consider my gifts a burden. In fact, I absolutely find them delightful, even the extra sensitivity, because see, I now have learned how to shield myself so that I'm not overly bothered by certain things. So when there's peoples and their energies, I shield myself from it, and I learn how to protect myself and protect my loved ones. And so it's great. Let's see. I wanted to cover my website and the services I offer. Let's see. I offer Reiki services, and Reiki healing is healing, but it's spiritually guided healing, and it's healing from the inside to the root of the problems, so that everything else in your life may flow a little bit smoother, because Divine Source knows what each person needs for their being. So, as I mentioned in other videos, it is not necessary for you to have your Reiki attunements to do healing work, okay? And now, I don't mean that it's in a setting for you to, to charge people without knowing what you're doing. Not at all, don't get me wrong. But what I mean is, I was healing people before I even received attunements. And the attunements are symbols. And it's, receiving them within you, and the knowledge as well, so that you may draw the symbols into the space and, connect like that. But again, I was healing without symbols before. And the reason I say this is because I was just doing it with intention and being guided without even knowing I was guided. See, I had an experience where it was a very memorable experience because it was the one point where I connected all the other healing experiences I have had, where it finally clicked and it makes, like, not made sense, but it opened up my eyes. Because here I was doing a healing session for someone who needed it, and I addressed myself to the entire universe as I have always spoken, because I say God because I was raised in a conservative Catholic family. Therefore, that's how I knew. That's the only name I heard. But it's not every single religion has a source, a divine guidance that they follow, and you can be called whatever you want to call it. Okay? So, I called on universal guidance to please help me heal this person. And so I was guided without being aware of what I was doing to put my hand here, to put my hand there, to do this, to do that. And it didn't make a connection between the present until this person asked me, how come there's an immense heat coming from your hands? What is that? You're not even touching me. And so, until this person said those words to me, I was not connecting. I was somewhere else. I was completely disconnected from the situation. I was just doing it innately, what I was being guided to do. Okay? So, you can, if you're a healer and your soul has remembered this, you probably just rub your hands. I have had, a client tell me that, that's what she realizes she does. She rubs her hands together and she, asks the intention that she wants to heal someone, and she goes ahead and does it, and she has had people tell her, like, oh my God, this is amazing, or whatever. See, so you can be a healer and you just aren't aware of it. So that's my Reiki experiences before and after my attunements. Of course, after I received my attunements, I have had people had larger sensations and experiences. Just everybody's different, though. Everybody's sensations are going to be different. So that's Reiki. I absolutely love doing it, and I love doing it on animals too. My dogs, it's really funny. They have funny personalities. So one of them is very grouchy, and he's grouchy with everyone except me. I can just, sit there and put my hand on him, and he calms down. So it's really cool to see that. Let's see, I also offer oneness blessings. And oneness blessings, I had really, really amazing experiences when I received the oneness blessing. And then, of course, I also had amazing visions and experiences when I received my attunements so that I can become a oneness blessing giver. And what it is basically a transfer of energy from the source within a minute or two. It's not supposed to be like Reiki, where it's just lengthy period of work and individually healing each area that you need heal. It's more of a connection in a smaller, period of time, where you experience, not only physically, but neurologically, you experience a shift in your consciousness, and everybody experiences a difference, of course, but you are able to appreciate life for its inner peace and inner connection to everything, a oneness with the source, with each other, with nature, with everything that is in this universe. And so everything else starts losing its importance. For example, things that used to bother you and used to tick you off no longer will, because you are connected at a different awareness. Therefore, they're not that important anymore. So I absolutely love giving the oneness blessing. I do it any chance, anybody asks me, or wherever I go to different situations. So if you're interested in gathering a small group of friends, call me, and then let's set up a oneness blessing giving session. Or you can do it just individually, or you can call me to set up a larger group. I get really, really wonderful visions. It's one of my gifts. The label is clairvoyance, or as some other people like to say, psychic abilities. Again, the labels have never been of my interest, but it's important for people to be able to connect to words. So I'm going to eventually be having, on my website, I'm going to be offering paintings that I do out of the visions that I see. So I quote, because I don't see, to me and to other people, I think it sounds more like a physical, like what your mind is telling you to see physically, and it's not at all. It's I guess you could say your mind's eye. But I don't see it like that. I think it's more of an inner vision. That's how I like to express it. But so I do those for different reasons. I also have services angelic guidance, and this is angel readings, and I do them differently. I do them, one option is a email, one question, an email form, where you after you pay and you send me your name, I can connect not only with my guides, with the Ascended Masters, and I ask again the whole universe to be a communicator, but I also ask to be communicated with your guardian angels and your spirit guides, and therefore I can get a reading for you. And so this form is all through email, so there's no appointment necessary. It's just me getting back to you and emailing you your information. That's really, it's a simple way if you wanna just test it out and see how it is. It's affordable. And then the other option is a 15-minute plus, depending on what you would like, angel reading. And this one could be done by appointment. Actually, it needs to be done by appointment, because then we can make an appointment either through the phone or person. So again, I ask the universe to allow me to be a communicator for your highest good. And I do my thing. I do different types of meditations and reconnecting and just grounding myself, but also being out there. And then the next one I offer is one of my favorites. It is it's a reading, an angel reading, just like the regular one, except this one includes our manifestation reading, which is a message collage of the visions that I get for things that you have to be aware of, that you're receiving as messages and guidance. And so I make little paintings out of them, and I find, and this is what people have shared with me, that it's a really beautiful reminder of transformation and change, and visual reminder of what they need to do to get to the point where they want, the balance and the success in their life. So the one behind me is one that I have done for someone that I met at the weekend workshop with Charles Birchue, and then it was a great workshop. And then this one is a message for myself that I did a couple of weeks ago or so. And so I also have a picture on my website of another one I did. I haven't uploaded yet of the others I have done, but this is a beautiful way of expressing harmoniously. Harmonious expression. See, the website is just perfect. Like, again, that's divine guidance because I didn't come up with the name myself. But anyways, it is a harmonious expression of spiritual guidance and visual connection for you. So, and then the other way I do is astral travel. This one's really interesting. It took me quite a while to figure out that what I was doing was called astral traveling, and it's fun, but it's unpredictable as everything is. But with this one, I don't know how long it's going to be taking me. Sometimes it's right away. Sometimes I lose track of time, and I am doing this for several hours. So it's pretty interesting. But I absolutely love doing all of this healing and energy and angel readings for people. I also have, again, ability of seeing lost souls. I also sometimes within angel readings or oneness blessings or Reiki, I have visitors of the people that I'm working with stop by just to, say hello or give them a message or just tell them that it is okay for them to be moved on, and it is okay for them to feel sad over it, but not worry because they're okay. Or sometimes just make their presence known. So it's really a lot of fun. Let's see what other services I offer. I offer, there's a tab in my website for pure romance. Now this, it's not spiritually based, okay? But it is important to me. It's part of a holistic, balanced lifestyle. And again, another one that I offer, I'll come back to the pure romance in a minute. I believe I call it in the website holistic angel therapy. And what it is it's very important for you to be aware of how much of importance your attitude and your own actions and thoughts affect your reality. So it's very important for you to find a balance between your spiritual, your mental, your emotional, and your physical four aspects of life, okay? And so for this, I use different healing modalities, whether it may be Reiki, whether it may be crystals and healing with the earth, and earth blessings, and affirmations, or just one-on-one counseling and guidance, spiritual guidance, to help you find the success, whether it may be in your business, whether it may be in your personal life, whether it may be how to deal with toxic relationships and toxic people, etc. It's absolutely one of the most rewarding ways because I can use all different healing modalities to help you and be successful for your own path. So that's another one that I offer. And then going back to the pure romance, as I mentioned again, pure romance is not spiritually based, but it is important for you to have a balance within everything. And pure romance came about a year ago. I joined a sexy lifestyle company because, again, I had been working with kids my entire life since I was 13 years old. Even in corporate America as a vision therapist, I worked with mostly kids to senior citizens. but I found myself needing the interaction of, you know, women and adults, because I didn't hang out with adults because most of the time I was working with kids. So I joined a sexy lifestyle company for fun, basically just to be able to mingle and meet other people. Okay, and very soon I realized that it was an amazing experience, that not only was I helping people, but it was rewarding. I'm not gonna lie, it was financially rewarding as well, and still is. And it's just a lot of fun. And the best compliment I get is women from, again, this is only a women-based parties because it's all about building self-confidence in women and helping women feel comfortable in in a private environment. Therefore, it makes it for an amazing experience that you probably did not expect. Because this is what happens. Most people at parties I do of different ages, different backgrounds, come over and tell me, Fabi, I have to be honest, I wasn't sure I wanted to come because I have had other party experiences, or I have had, my own inhibitions of how comfortable I was with this subject, and I have to tell you that you make things very comfortable, and that you make them fun, and they're educational, and they're sexy, but they're fun, and that's more important. They often say how fun it is, and that's great, and that's why I keep emphasizing fun, because learning should be fun. This is what I say all the time, especially with kids, and why not with adults? It should be. So, and they're like, thank you so much, because you help me feel comfortable, and you help me come out of my shell, and that's the best kind of compliments I can receive, because again, growing up in a conservative Catholic family, I know how it is to feel contained about different aspects of your life. So anyways, the relationship, to me, the most important relationship when it comes to romance is the relationship with yourself. In fact, if everything in life, you first have to learn to love yourself and have a good relationship with yourself and value yourself, so that all the other puzzle pieces in your life can fit comfortably, because we all know that confidence and self-worth can make a whole difference in a person's daily life. So this is why I have no problem, and I feel 100% confident adding a pure romance tab on my spiritual harmoniously expression website. And that's the whole purpose of it, expressing different aspects of life harmoniously, because this is how we're living this life, this earthly lifestyle. We have to live it in harmony, and why not express yourself in that way? So anyways, feel free to book me for a party. You won't regret it. My hostesses get often very spoiled because I'm a given person, and it's just, it's fun, and I'm in control of my awards and my gifts and my whatever I want to give you and whatever you want to choose. So it's a whole lot of fun. For example, this is one of my favorite products. It is a pure romance massager, heat massager. So you see this little coin in there? You pop it, and what it does is crystallizes the heart, and it hits it up. So you can use this for, obviously, the obvious, a massage, a sensual massage with your partner, or you can use it for athletes, muscle cramps. My sister's a Zumba instructor, and so she very much loves this, because she's absolutely in pain often because she teaches several classes a day. And so my parents, you know, my everybody who I have ever shown this little guide to, or girl, whatever you may want to call it, absolutely loves it because it is multifunctional. And then you can also use it for cramps or anything else. It's absolutely amazing. So book me for a party, and you'll definitely receive, you know, the heart massager as a gift. And have fun and you know, love yourself. That is exactly the most important part of the whole pure romance experience. Okay? So I believe I covered everything. Angelic, I think so. So anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have gotten to know my personality, and I hope that I actually accomplished you having a little more of interaction with me and not so much reading to do. And I look forward to working with you, and thank you for watching. Bye.